Hi, I'm Chris Miglino. I am here at the world-famous LD Micro Conference in Los Angeles, California. I'm here with Joe Delgado from Moving Image Technologies. The symbol is MTIG or MITQ. MITQ. Okay. So on the New York Stock Exchange American.
Correct.
So tell us a little, Joe. Tell us what you guys do. I was reading about it. Said you guys are building technologies inside of venues, but what exactly? Where is this?
We're primarily, Chris, a out-of-home entertainment technology company.
Okay.
So our core business is commercial cinemas. When everybody goes to the movies, we're those guys that bring you the image and the audio. We build out the technology. So we focus on what's called FF&E, furniture, fixture, and equipment, on the technology side of a cinema. So when you go to the movies, we're responsible for that projector, that big digital projector, the screen. So that image is up there and all the audio that happens, whether it's that immersive audio or staggered 6, 7, 8 channel audio, things like that. We do that. We integrate, plus we have our own suite of proprietary products that we manufacture. We actually do manufacture here in California. And while that may be, foreign to some people, we maintain strict quality assurance and quality controls at scale. So it works for us. So we have about 40 proprietary products, but when you start to diversify within those product lines, it's more like 200. So that adds to our margin contribution when we do the project-based business that we specify.
So the buyers, the end buyers of your product are the builders of these energy.
The big, large cinema circuits that you're probably all familiar with, right? The major circuits, the Cinemarks, the AMCs of the world. But where we really shine is with those medium to smaller independent circuits, where we provide more value add to the proposition. So we don't just provide the equipment on resale, but we provide these peripheral ancillary products that we manufacture, plus project management and anything really that heightens the value proposition to those cinema owners. That's our traditional business.
And so how many new cinemas are being built on an annualized basis?
We have had our share of headwinds, right? COVID being first and foremost. So during COVID, both cinemas shut down and cinema production, as you well know, for almost 18 months. We went public in July of 2021. So we were starting to ascend. The industry was starting to come back, and we were doing very well as an industry. I feel that, folks were returning to the theaters after a very long hiatus. Which, by the way, if it was going to kill our industry, that was when it would have happened, because that was the apex of streaming, right? Everybody was home, so it was shut down. But we were telling you, okay, yeah. But we actually came out of it roaring, and we were doing very well. We were ascending as an industry and us as a company, personally. But then the other headwind that we ran into was the writers and actors strike that ended after about 7-8 months. Unfortunately, that delayed a lot of the budget processes for our customers, and a lot of releases got put out. So now we're looking forward to a great 2025. And in spite of that particular headwind with the writers and actors strike, we still had revenues that were flat for 2024 fiscal for us. So I think we fared a lot better than most people. And now we're looking at a very exciting 2025.
So do you provide services and products to the cinemas even when they're not brand new, when they're not building them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you have products.
So those are remodels. We also do work with the studios. We do very, very high-end homes for the creatives within the Hollywood community. I mean, I could list you names, but then they'd probably call me up. But, it's in the hundreds. So we do universities, film schools. We did USC, the film school here, just a couple of months ago. So, yeah, I mean, we are primarily out-of-home entertainment technology, right? And it's high-end. It's not, we don't do home cinema per se. If we do a home, it's usually a working room for a industry professional.
Gaia. So it's a really good looking theater.
It's industrial, right? So it has to have all the attributes that a commercial cinema has, accommodated to that working professional, that creative, that director, that studio head, that actor. And these are all AA plus, people. I want one of those. Yeah, it's listen, that you and I both. I could tell you stories.
Yeah, it'd be good. So tell me what happens next. So you said, well, first off, you said fiscal 24 is over.
It's over.
What was the revenue for fiscal 24?
A little over 20 million.
Okay.
Flat year over year.
Okay.
Right. In spite of already chunk year. Yeah. I thought we did pretty well.
That's good.
Yep.
And then now what's next? What show?
So looking forward to 2025, the industry as a whole has bounced back. We had a much better than expected summer at the box office. The assumption at the box office this past summer was that it was going to be good enough. Fortunately, we were pleasantly surprised with some really, really big movies. Pixar had some big movies with Inside Out. The Wolverine movie did really well. In other words, coming into the fall and the last quarter of the calendar year, we bounced back better than expected. So that means that going into calendar year 25 and our fiscal 25, we're going to see those budgets rebound for what we call facilities improvement budgets. So there's going to be more spend, right, that we will be able to capture. And then we're working towards some of our initiatives that we plan to launch, because outside of cinema, one of our products and services that we're very excited about is that very ubiquitous, very innocuous form factor called a cup holder. You guys go to the ball game, just about any stadium or arena in the country, we have about 75, 80%. That caddy cup holder that you set your drink down and interact with it, consciously or subconsciously, you're interacting with that product about 30 or 40 times per event. That's my product. We make that. Caddy, we make that here in the U.S. And so because it's ubiquitous, it also is inert, right? It just kind of serves a very egalitarian function. We're going to introduce technology into that. So there'll be digital technology introduced to that. So there will be messaging that will be available and is incredibly unique. We own the IP that is
going to tell you to get a beer every time you need
It's going to tell you whatever the venue owner wants to tell you. We control the tool. You guys are going to be the carpenters, right?
That's great.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's cool. And so, well, that makes all these stadiums want to revitalize, right?
So that is the traditional caddy market was new construction and remodels, right? It's a good little business, don't get me wrong. But the real TAM is the retrofit market for all the existing arenas and venues that we're already in. So we're familiar. We attend those conventions. We're familiar with the venue managers, the facilities managers. So we have existing relationships. We've also done, Chris, extensive product and marketing with the executives at some of Major League Baseball's biggest teams. So we've received a tremendous amount of feedback. So again, we're looking forward to a killer 12, 24 months going forward.
Well, it's an interesting business. I saw in your thing this the esports kind of a story as well. The esports arena. Esports had its run up for a minute there.
Again, that gets me excited on different levels because esports is huge. It's massive, right? And the problem with esports in trying to integrate that into like the cinema business or outside of just esports leagues is that it was always a top-down proposition where you had professionals, influencers, very high paid, high capex. They built venues like in Vegas, for instance. What we've done is taken the exact opposite approach, and we feel it's by far and away the most significant way to monetize and integrate it into the consumer space. And we do that by addressing the kids, the non-professionals. So we look at it as the little league of gaming. There is no feeder to professional esports. You've got some colleges that do scholarships, things like that, high schools maybe. But really at that 6 to 16-year-old level, much like our kids grew up with Little League, AYSO, things like that, that's what we're going to do inside a cinema. So when you walk into a modern cinema today with the stadium seating and that big screen, right, you will have the kids gaming in front of the screen. They will be gaming on their systems that we provide. There will be a production cart that integrates. So you as a parent, a grandparent, or a guardian are watching them, right? But to me, the other level is that civic engagement that happens, because while gaming with kids is great and people think that you're interacting with somebody in Korea or somebody in India, it's really a solitary pursuit. You're kind of locked behind closed doors. You got the headphones on, you got the mic. You're not socially interacting with other kids.
Right.
So we're going to take you out of that. We're going to put you in a league. You're going to interact with the kids. Your parents, your grandparents, your guardians are going to be back there. And that's why I'm watching you like they would a Little League game or a soccer game. And they're probably going to have a drink in their hand, right? By buying from the concession stand. So what that does to our customer, the cinema owner, is that allows them to utilize that excess capacity. So Tuesday after school, instead of going to Little League baseball practice, you go to Little League gaming practice, right? There'll be sponsorship availability. So it has all the attributes that every other sport has. Now it's going to be in gaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's also.
To go back to the cinema, what do we see next in cinema? Like, what changes in cinema to attract more people to come to the movies? Because I can watch a movie at
Absolutely.
What's that experience? Besides the amazing audio.
So two things.
Yeah.
The technology continues to emerge on presentation, which is the visual and the audio, right? That's continuously getting better. Formats are getting better on what you see. And of course, immersive audio is a big investment that our customers are making. We're seeing that now that budgets are back. We're seeing a tremendous investment in the immersive audio side. But where the biggest change has occurred in our industry is really in the amenities side. So it's an amenities-based proposition. In the old days, you go to dinner and a movie, right? Dinner, a movie, maybe drinks after. Well, now it's all in the same venue. The metric for a cinema owner was the per cap spend after you bought the ticket. So you bought the ticket, it was whatever, $8, $9, $10. And then you would spend on a per cap basis $7 to $8. That was the aggregate. With these new amenities based, the bigger menus, the cocktails, right? Beer, wine, liquor. Now you're seeing a per cap in the $40 to $60 range. So the experience is changing. So as long as our friends at the studio side continue to put out good movies, we're making it a more enjoyable proposition where you just go to one venue and you do your entire evening with us.
That's great. So where can everybody find out information about you guys?
There is contact information for Brian Siegel. He's my investment relations vice president and strategic communications. And our website is movingimagetech.com.
So that's
MIMOVING image, IMAGE, tech, TECH.com.
But ticker symbol MITQ.
MITQ on Nicey American.
So just put that on your screen. If entertainment and this sector is of interest to you, check it out. Sounds like an interesting business. It sounds like there's, some good things happen and good amount of revenue happening there too.
Yeah, I know. We're all got there. Yeah, listen, I think all those headwinds are behind us, Chris. And yeah, we're excited. Well, what's up?
Best of luck. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.